Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be going through Singleton pattern. Okay, so let me start. By the way, I'll be using Node.js for this specifically. I think going for most of the patterns, I'll be doing Node.js only. Okay, but I don't need you to know a lot in detail about Node.js. We'll be doing just basic JavaScript stuff. Okay. Anyway, sorry about it, not here. Let me clear it off. CD Singleton pattern. npm init -y, and I'll be using ASM module, so I need to specifically mention here type module save. Okay, so let me first explain what is signature pattern. Okay, on a brief level. Okay, so whenever we want only one object of a of a class, okay, basically only one instantiation should be present of a class. You can imagine a DB connection, maybe putting your state in a front end application. You can imagine those kinds of scenarios where you only want type type of an object to be only present in the system. There should not be multiple types. Okay, on in that scenarios, I think singleton pattern makes sense, but it should be used with caution because it can become anti pattern very easily. Okay, so but anyway, we'll be exploring it in this video. So let me take an example of just DB only. So let me first create a DB connection.js file. Let me correct it. Export. Let me use class only here. Class DB connection. Now, I'm assuming you're familiar with basic JavaScript, so I'll be skipping some of those stuff, but I'll be explaining how we are using this class. Okay. But let instance, we have to declare one variable outside. Okay. And I have to do constructor. And let me tell this basically, if instance is already present and if you're trying to create a new object of this class, then it should throw an error. Okay, throw new error, one instance is already present. You can give better description here, but if it's not there, like suppose there's no instance here by default, basically it's the first time we are writing new DB connection, then we need to do this let inst equal to this. Okay, let me pass something here also, URI, because it's a DB connection. You can imagine it's a MongoDB URI kind of way. Okay, so here I need to again say this dot URI equal to URI. Now I need to create some methods. Connect, nothing much fancy here, just console log this dot URI connected, and let me wrap them in. Okay, and let similarly it should be disconnect. Okay, this is here clear. So now what we have to do is like we need to do export default. Let me create an instance here only. Let DB connection. You can write whatever here if you want. What we'll do is like we'll write object dot freeze. Okay, new DB connection, and we need to pass the URI. I'll just give some URI. Okay. Anyway, so we need to pass this export default DB connection. So whenever we are importing this class, we'll be basically getting an instantiated version of it. We will not be getting the class, so we can't create it again and again. There's an edge case scenario where we can create it using constructor that I'll show you in an example. But anyway, as you can see, I've created a new instantiation of this class and I pass the URI, and I'm calling object.freeze so that I can't modify this object which will be created from this DB connection class. Okay, now let me come here and use it. Let me take it. I'm not sure why. I think there is some lag with issue with my VS Code. Anyway, it's db connection dot js. Oh, cool. So now I need to basically write, I'll just console log these methods. Okay, db connection dot connect. Okay, similarly db connection dot disconnect. Now let me come here, run it. I think there's some still issue. Let me see what is the issue. It's not sure why it's saying. Let me see if it's, but anyway, the output is coming. I'm not sure why is it showing here error. But anyway, as you can see, it's saying some UI connected and some UI disconnected. Okay. Now let me tell some of the scenarios. Okay. Like suppose now if I'm try to add something here, maybe db connection dot new key. Okay, equal to some value. I see I'm trying to add a basically property to db connection object. Let's see what happens. As you can see, it's saying cannot add property new key object is not extensible. Okay, so that's what this object.freeze is doing. But just to be on the same page, let me do one thing. Let me comment this and clear this out. Now as you can see, it's working fine. And just to be on the same page, let me do console.log db connection as well. As you can see that this new key also got added. Okay, that's why to avoid this kind of scenarios, we need to do object.freeze when we're exporting it out. Let me keep this example here only. I'll just comment it back. Okay, so this is one scenario, and one more was like, let me come here, console.db.constructor. Okay, see here we can get the class of db connection. Okay, so in one way we can do something like this. Sorry, not here. Let me not do console log now. Yeah, okay, whatever. New db connection dot constructor some other URI. Okay, let's see what happens. As you can see, it's saying in throwing in one instance already present. But if we basically uncomment this line, basically don't throw an error, it will. Let's see the output. What will happen? As you can see, it is not throwing an error. And if you want, we can basically we can create one more instantiated version of the same class, which we don't want. So that's why we were throwing the error here. Okay, so it doesn't get executed from instance equal this.ur, etc. Okay, so this is, let me comment it back just to be on the same page. Working fine then. Yeah, it should throw an error. One instance is already present and which is coming from here. One instance is already present. Let me comment this one. Okay, and this was using class way. Okay, we could easily convert it to object way also. Let me create one more file, odb connection.js. Yeah, okay, I'll just copy. I'll be lazy here somewhat. I'll just copy all this stuff, paste, let db connection equal to should be object. You can convert it in, let us keep it like this. I'll just convert it to arrow center. Sorry, it should be equal. Okay, and I'll not be creating URI here. I'll just write URI equal to some URI. Okay, and I'll just remove this dot from here, and I can do something similar here again. Object.freeze db connection. Okay, so as you can see, it's accessing correctly, I guess. URI, it's taking connect, disconnect, and you are disconnected. Let us try this also. So for this, I'll do import. Let me see whether it works now. ODB connection. Okay, just write O. I'm not given better names. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, so it should be ODB connection. Copy. I'll just copy all these examples. Paste. It should be ODB connection dot connect disconnect. Okay, and I'm not passing these variables. Okay. Uh, let's see what is the output first, and let me comment these code also for now, for our sake of discussion. Okay. So as you can see, it's saying some UI is connected, some UI disconnected. Okay, one second. I think I should remove this. Let's see what is the output anyway. I think it should be some weird outputs. Yeah, some UI disconnected, some UI connected, connected disconnected. ODB connection is the object, connect, and function object, because since we have created an object type, its prototype is object, and so leave that for now, I guess. If it's this a prototype thing is going on here. Anyway, you can keep it or you can comment it, okay, because it might not make sense here, at least the constructor part, because we are not going to modify the object anyway, object prototype anyway. Okay, so let me basically uncomment this also. Let me do one thing. I'll just give a separate line here. It's otherwise too crowded. Save. Yeah, as you can see now, these are the outputs of the first part, and these are outputs of this part. Okay. So that's it, I guess. It's I have skipped some of the things which I felt like if you're familiar with JavaScript, you know about it. Okay, let me know in the comments if I think I should have explained some topic in more depth. I guess maybe I can make a separate video out of it if it is needed, first of all. Okay, but anyway, for this video I think this should be enough, I guess, and I'll be pushing this code to GitHub also, so you can check that out. Okay, thanks and bye.